scent freaks, welcome. Today I will be reviewing Floral Street, a very popular brand, and it's not like crazy expensive for niche either. I wouldn't call it affordable, but it's not as crazy as some of the niche brands get. So if I can find some really great fragrances for around the $200 mark for the 100 ml, I'm pretty happy with that result. Don't forget to subscribe and hit notifications if you love all things fragrance. Okay guys, so this is the Discovery set here. I will open it up and show you guys what it looks like. So it's a pretty basic set. It looks lovely. I think the presentation is gorgeous. And then all the names of the fragrances are up the top here too. Okay guys, so the first fragrance we're going to try is Wonderland Peony. Oh, I really like this one. I remember reading the scent notes yesterday, I think it was, and thinking to myself, I might really like this one, but I wasn't 100% sure because it was kind of dominantly floral, or sounding dominantly floral, but it's not dominantly floral. I mean, who can resist cotton candy and scent notes, really? But it's just gorgeous. It's sweet. Yes, it's floral, but it's like a yummy floral. When I say floral, I mean it reminds me of, yes, a fresh, dewy rose with, that's damp because of its dewdrops around it, and then it's been dipped in like warm, freshly spun cotton candy or frosted sugar or something like that. It's really, really yummy. Wonderland Peony is definitely very feminine, and it's a real pretty girl fragrance. It's got that fun, flirty-esque edge to it. And then, I don't know, I picture like the prom queen waking up every day before school and bathing herself in it and spritzing it all over her. That's the vibe of this fragrance. Instead of the floral elements dominating the fragrance, that beautiful peony really does level it out and balance it and stops it becoming too cloying, too overbearing, too sweet. Because I would imagine this would be a very sweet fragrance without that contradiction of the floral note. I think it would be a little bit headache inducing. I think Wonderland Peony is a fabulous addition to Floral Street, and I think a lot of people would find this fragrance very, very appealing. The next fragrance we're going to try is Electric Rhubarb, which sounds really interesting to me. You don't get rhubarb a lot in fragrances, but I think it would be a scent note I would enjoy when it's done right. So let's give it a sniff. Ooh, I think it's another one I like. It's kind of like a fruity floral fragrance, but there's a salty note in it, which really is a nice contrast, and it stops it potentially becoming, a generic, boring, fruity floral fragrance. It gives it something different. It really does kind of awaken your senses too, because you're kind of smelling that fruity floral thing going on, and then all of a sudden you'll catch a whiff of the salt. It's not there the entire time. It's like it sneaks up on you and then you get a whiff of it. It's good. As I said at the beginning of the video, I was excited that there was rhubarb in this, and I love the rhubarb in the fragrance. Okay guys, so the next one is Black Lotus. Oh no, this one is definitely not going to be for me. I can tell without a doubt. It has a very weird smell. Like, I'm struggling to describe it. It's so weird. It's like a pungent, overbearing chemical smell that is actually awful to smell. It's awful. I don't think I've ever said that. I might have thought it, but I didn't say it about a fragrance before. Oh, I don't even want to put it to my nose anymore. I don't like it. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? There's no oud listed in this fragrance, but it smells like a dirty, earthy oud. I don't know. Just a very pungent, strong oud scent. The leather patchouli and musk are dominating as well. And there's supposed to be cherry in this, but I'm telling you now, there ain't no cherry you can smell. I'm not getting any cherry at all. I mean, if it's in the far, 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 far back corner, but it just cannot compete with, leather and oud. I think oud. Doesn't say there is oud, but I think there's oud and like vetiver and stuff. I just, no. This one's a no for me. It's not pleasant to smell. I didn't enjoy any facet of the fragrance at all, and I would definitely not be purchasing this ever. Okay, guys, so the next fragrance is Chypre Sublime. I hope I said that correctly. It's okay. I mean, it's a sweet floral fragrance. It does smell a little boring, generic, and overdone to me. There's nothing like bad about it. It's just kind of been there, done that. There's nothing new here. I definitely wouldn't be paying $200 a bottle for it. I will say it sat on the test strip now for a bit longer. I wanted to see how it developed before I kind of sold it short. And I definitely still have the same opinion as I did. However, it has been drying down a bit longer now and it is kind of morphing a little bit. It's almost turning into kind of the creamy, incensey rose, which is pleasant. But I'm not sure how much it's doing to really make that much difference. It's just definitely not a fragrance that I would run out and go and buy. Okay, guys, so the next fragrance is Ylang Espresso, and this one had me intrigued. The name was like, wait, what? So let's smell it and see how we go. Ooh, did I just sound like an owl then? Oh, it's really good though. It's different and unusual. I love it. It actually smells like a smooth, floral, creamy, yummy coffee. Come to think of it, when I first heard of this one and saw the name, I thought, oh, hang on, it's coffee, but it's floral. And then I realized just then that I have smelt, a fragrance like that before. And it's one of my all time favorite fragrances. It's Intense Cafe by Montal. This doesn't smell anything like that, but it does combine the element of the floral and the coffee. And it makes for this really unique, creamy, coffee, sweet, flowery fragrance. You have to be careful with coffee fragrances. Sometimes it can just smell like, you accidentally tipped your cup of coffee down the front of you and just left for work. Intense Cafe doesn't do that. It's really, really sweet and addictive. And this one to me doesn't give me that vibe either. I'm really excited about this one. It's so creamy and lactonic as well. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for this one. I think it's beautiful. I think it's done well. And I think it is a different spin on Intense Cafe. They're nothing alike, just to clarify. And that's what I mean by a different spin. Sort of Intense Cafe was the floral coffee. This is the floral coffee, but they do smell different. It's great. I love it. Okay, guys, so the next one is Wild Vanilla Orchid. Oh, there goes with the owl again. I'm so sorry. Freaking owl. It's so good though. It's how I respond when I like a fragrance. I mimic a bird. I really do have to get out and pick up some of these Floral Street fragrances. I had no idea that the brand was so good. I mean, we've still got some to go, but I've only not really liked a couple. And I mean, this is like a jackpot for me to get through so many in a discovery set and be in a really positive place. So I'm stoked. It smells like a delicious, gorgeous, creamy, semi floral. I mean, the florals are there, but they're not overbearing. It's really more about the vanilla. And I think that's why it's perfect because, again, those florals are not overbearing everything else and knocking them out. They're just propping each other up and complementing each other, which is beautiful. It's really not a complex scent, and that's why I think it would be really easily worn by just about anybody, anytime. It could be a signature scent, formal, casual, definitely a date night. There is a sexy, yummy facet to this fragrance. It's just really nice. It's a really beautiful scent. I think it would suit a younger demographic, but in saying that, it's not adolescent, it's not juvenile. I would have no problems wearing this fragrance. It kind of gives me a vanilla candy kind of scent. It's just yummy. I think that this is a really safe fragrance for just about anybody who enjoys vanilla and some sort of floral element, some sort of gourmand feel to it too. Anybody who likes those type of things are probably going to like this. It is definitely mass appealing and it would make for a fabulous grab and go scent for anybody's collection. Okay guys, so the next fragrance is called Neon Rose. It's nice. It smells very floral, but it smells like freshly, plucked roses in a beautiful bouquet, and they're floating in like a soapy bubble bath. It has that floral clean shampoo bubble bath type of vibe. It is a little green also, like the stems have been left with the roses. I really like the addition of the peach in this fragrance. It does stop the rose getting too old fashioned. It also gives it kind of some more depth, complexity, and gives it a sweeter aspect as well, which I'm enjoying. I feel like it's done a great job of covering a lot of its bases. It's not just a fresh scent. It's not just a sweet scent. It's not just a floral fragrance. It's not just a clean fragrance. I think it's a lovely scent. I can see a lot of people liking it. I would not purchase this fragrance just because it is so dominantly floral. As I said though, there is peach in there, and there's that bubble bath kind of S scent as well, which really does stop it becoming too old fashioned. And the rose is not crazy dominant, but it's just more rosier than I personally like. I feel like even though this is a really rosy scent, that it's done enough to not become redundant. I think a lot of people would actually enjoy this fragrance. Okay guys, we've reached the final stretch. This is the last fragrance and it's Arizona Bloom. Hopefully the last one is a winner. Oh, I do like it. That's a plus. There is salt in this. It's a coconut fragrance, but there is definitely salt, and it's doing a brilliant job of balancing out the coconut and it not smelling like a typical boring generic coconut scent. It's definitely summer because of coconut and salt, but I would definitely not say that this is just strictly for summer. There is a uniqueness to it that I think makes it a lot more versatile. Okay, so I've left it on the test strip for about 6 minutes, and you guys have to tell me, anybody out there that has tried this fragrance or owns it, are you getting Baccarat Rouge by 40 in its dry down? Because I am. I can't believe it. It smells so similar to Baccarat Rouge. Tonight, when I go to bed, I'm going to put this on the skin and sleep in it and see if it does the same thing or not. But for me, the magic is in the dry down. It is a dry coconut smell. It's not juicy and watery, but it is still so genuine to real coconut. It doesn't smell artificial, which is great. I think that it's a well done modern coconut fragrance, and I think there's something very classy about it too. Maybe it's that Baccarat scent that's lingering on in the background, but I feel like I'm crazy because I have never heard anybody say that this dries down to Baccarat. In saying that though, I'm not an expert on Floral Street. This is really the first time I've been exposed to it. So maybe I just need to speak to more people that have had more experience with Floral Street, which is why I'm hoping you guys can help me out anyway. What was that? Really? What, am I an air traffic controller? Really?
Bags and tray tables are in the upright inlock position. All carry-on items have been securely stowed, so nothing.
Okay, Scent Freaks. So, firstly, I just want to say, wow. I don't think I've ever come across a discovery set where I've liked so many of the fragrances in it. So, as I said earlier in the video, I'm definitely going to have to discover Floral Street. I'm going to have to take the plunge and buy some bottles, I think. Some of them were really quite spectacular, and I know they're not affordable by any means. But for a 100 ml bottle, 200 is more affordable than 4, 5, 6, and $700. So I'm definitely looking forward to exploring them further. And what was that flip with Arizona Bloom smelling like Baccarat Rouge 540? I mean, is that really true, or am I having a stroke? I think it's pretty obvious, guys, that I'm a fan of Floral Street. I'm so glad I discovered the brand now. If you guys have any questions about the fragrances that we tried today, or you know the answer to my Arizona Bloom question mark, put it in the comments below. I really want to hear from you guys. Thank you so much, Scent Freaks. I love and appreciate you all, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye bye.